Hello, this is number 34. I would like to talk to you today about melodies, how to come up with them. there's there's a lot of different theories how what a melody actually is, but let's say it's just a melodic line that makes a conversational sense. I like that because that's something that we can hold on to. It doesn't need to make conversational sense, a melody that's like a cantus firmus, that's like a middle voice of a fugue, for instance. It doesn't need to have a conversational quality to it. But in folk music, we like a conversational quality because we're still rooted into the concepts of the Vienna classics. So the classical period is what I want to talk to you about here in this little short snippet. Just in a vast, very simple way. It is a call and is an answer. That's the simplest, solution. So when we had, Cumberland Gap, we play, and then, so that's the first call. And here comes, just put the lid on it. And that just sort of brings it right home. It goes da 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 da, puts it right back. So in the classical period, we have 4 parts to it. So 4 parts is like, first is a call, then there's an answer, like in Cumberland Gap, the second part, but it doesn't resolve. It doesn't actually put the lid on. It just doesn't bring it all the way home. It sort of puts it somewhere else. And then comes the same call again that we had in the beginning, and then comes the last sentence that puts it on. I always like this as an example. It's a conversation thing. We as humans like to have conversations in a very structured manner. You say something, I say something, we say something, I say something, and then we just sort of close it. We bring it to a close. Like I always say the same example, but I say, you want to come shopping, with me, and then where you going? I say, well, I go into such and such, and he says, well, yeah, I'm coming, and that brings it to an end. So it's a 4-piece conversation. I ask a question again. I ask, I give a sort of an answer, same thing, and then an answer. So if you look at music like a structure, a conversational structure, that really helps you to develop melodies. You can see that very strongly in the works of Haydn and Mozart. That's why it's also called the classical period. It really focuses on this form, which is of course expanded and then used in all kinds of ways. But basically, it's a conversational idea. So here we go. Let's say you have that's a nice sentence. Da, 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 da. So it's like da ba ba bum, and then I can just end this phrase by an answer that just sort of brings it right back home to this G. The G is the home. Then again, da, 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 da. And then go like da ba bum, and that closes it. There's no more question. It's just everything said. It's like, do you want a glass of water? Yes. That's it. Just done. So. But if I would go, that leaves it open, and then I close it. See that? And then the answer. But this is somewhere else. And then the same call again. So I could also do a different answer. And then so possibilities are endless. If you look at traditional bluegrass music, it's a very similar way. That's I like the example of Salt Creek. It's a great piece. I'm going to teach to you very soon. So it sounds like this. And you can see, can you hear the classical period in it? Interesting, right? It's just now a flow, maybe, but once you understand how calls and answers are structured, you can see how the music, a lot of music that you know, is already structured like that. It's like once you know how something's built, that's how it was. So here we go. That's the first call. See, that's the call. And then I have the answer. But it doesn't resolve, you see? It doesn't resolve. And here comes the first call again. Right? And then I have an answer that resolves this. Something like that, you know? And that's it. So you can hear the classical period. Easy. So you can make your own melodies like these are just one-liners. One ask, one question, one answer. Nice. Nice. Now in the orchestra, for orchestra, I use that all the time. Classical period. So we love classical period pieces because they make so much sense to us. And then of course we can extend that form by other techniques I'm going to show to you some other time. But I would like just for you to understand and just try different melody things that give each other an answer or a false answer. It means like not an answer that's not coming to a conclusion, a false cadenza. So here we go. If you want to create a melody that is not coming to a conclusion, just stop it on a note that's maybe a part of a dominant 7 chord, the D7 chord. So that F sharp here, this A here, this C, and this F sharp up here, this open D. If you stop a sentence here, that's never resolved. If you stop the sentence on one of these notes, and then when you want to close the lid, stop at this note. So answer. Also, the end cadenza, what's called the end cadenza, usually comes, sort of likes to come from a dominant 7 chord, from a D back to G. Like that. But just try to explore a few of your melody ideas and try to give yourself a call and an answer idea. Practice that a little bit because it gives you more structured idea of how music actually works, also the music you already know.